Welcome on back for another edition of the Auburn Sports Forum. Today we're going to talk about the current state of Auburn and kind of what's going on and where we're at right now on December the 17th. So before I get into it, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you'll know every time I upload a video. I'm your host, Jeremiah Schumans, and I want to say once again, thank you for coming on in. And today we're just going to get right into it. The current state of Auburn is kind of all over the place. You have signing day that just happened like a week ago, and then you have now the lull, I like to call it. It's the lull until the portal or the mass exodus, I guess you could say. It's really not a fun time if your team isn't good. It's really not a fun time if your team is good. The only thing that is really just fantastic this time of year is if you're in a bowl game. If you're in a bowl game or if you're in the championship bracket, I mean, this is the time for you. But for people like us and Auburn fans, this is a pretty horrible time. The good thing is our college has committed $30 million to NIL. We are going to have a great portal whenever it opens on January 2nd. And to be honest with you, this is going to be the hard thing for a lot of people to understand. This house cleaning is needed. There's just some dudes on this roster that don't meet the standard. And I'm not saying everybody that left didn't meet the standard, because you have your outliers like Jay Crawford and like a Perry Thompson. Like, they have the goods to stay and and be successful on this team. But for whatever reason, they decided to leave. So in this current state, you just have to take the good with the bad. And right now, it's bad. And I'll be the first to tell you, it's not going to get any better. Through this holiday season, it's probably best if you don't pay attention to it, because it's just going to ruin your holidays. It's going to ruin Christmas. So right now, we're just hoping that a few people don't hit the portal. I said this well before signing day. There's only a couple of people on this team that I really want to keep. It goes back to that they were on a team that didn't win. I'm not saying they're not winners, but I'm saying they were on a team that didn't win. So obviously the culture wasn't good, the fit wasn't good. And when you get that bad taste in your mouth with a college, with a football team, sometimes it lingers and you don't really ever get that taste out of your mouth. So for the players that can't get that taste out of their mouth, they got to go. The good news is today we got a really good sign. We had a really good sign. We had some really big news. Xavier Adkins, our SEC, first all-team SEC linebacker, decided he was going to announce that he's coming back for the 2026 team. I wish Cam Coleman would do that. I'll get more into that in a minute. But that's kind of what we need going through this season of mass exodus, is that you need the players that are not leaving. If they know they're not leaving, it's going to be really good if they come out and say, I'm not leaving. I'm staying at Auburn. I'm going to run it back in 2026, kind of like Xavier Adkins did. And that's going to be really important for morale. It's really good for a look, because it's showing that you're buying into the new coach. You're buying into the new staff. The new staff is elite, by the way. And it's just an overall good look. If you have players that know they're going to stay, they're big names, they're superstars, and they say, I'm buying into this coach. And that is just good for everybody, because there's nothing but bad going on right now. So thank you, Xavier. I really appreciate you saving the day and telling us you're coming back. Now all we got a couple more players like Deuce, Cam, just to do the same thing. But who knows what they're trying to do? Who knows what they're going to do? That's the big question. Everybody wants to know what Cam Coleman and Deuce Knight are going to do. I have my gut, and since I'm talking about the current state of Auburn, I will say at this very moment, Wednesday, I believe the 17th, I would say that the longer we go without Cam saying he's going to get in the portal, the better. Same thing for Deuce. The reason I say that is he talked to Golish. He sat down with Golish. He went to dinner with Golish, with Cam and his family, and we didn't hit the portal. So usually when you talk to your current coach, talk to him a couple of times, you're going to get the vibes from him. You're going to kind of understand what he's trying to do with you, and you will make your decision because everybody's meddling. I mean, everybody's contacting, Cam's people. I'm sure they're throwing all kinds of ideas his way, money his way, gifts his way. I mean, there's no telling what is going on behind closed doors and just out in the wild. But usually, if you talk to your coach a few times, you get the idea of how he's going to utilize you, how much he's going to pay you, and whether that's good enough for you. And obviously, to this point, it is good enough because he hasn't declared for the portal. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he could just be waiting until a certain time after Christmas, whatever. And that's true. But I think someone like Cam Coleman, if he is going to take another offer, he would not be sitting here saying that he would not be sitting here as an Auburn Tiger. He would be on the free market, which I understand the portal doesn't open until the second. But if he wasn't serious about Auburn being a contender of a landing spot for him, he would already have come out and said, I'm definitely not going back to Auburn. I will be hitting the portal January 2nd. I'm going to see how much money I'm worth. I'm going to see what my worth is to other teams. Deuce Knight, same thing. But Deuce Knight is in a really special spot, in my opinion. Golish likes receivers that can run, that are accurate, and have a lot of arm talent, and just have that dog in them. Well, guess what? Byron Brown has that, and Deuce Knight has that. The only thing is Byron Brown has 3 years on Deuce Knight. So, in my opinion, I think, my opinion now, would be for Deuce Knight to stay and learn behind someone like Byron Brown. Is Byron Brown here? No. Is Byron Brown in the portal? No. But if you watch my videos on TikTok, you would know that Taylor Davis, an ESPN reporter, said that she talked to Byron Brown when she was reporting a game one time this season and asked him why he didn't go when other suitors wanted him in the last offseason. Because she knows Florida State was after him, some other teams were after him, and he said the reason he didn't go is because he likes to play for Golish. Well, that's why everybody's kind of connected him to Auburn. I don't think it's wrong. He's got one more season, then he's off to the NFL. Golish has kind of got him through to this point. So I think that coming to Auburn is like the perfect fit. So if you bring Byron Brown in, or anybody, let's just say anybody, you bring a top level quarterback in, you pay for him in the portal, you have Deuce Knight sit behind that quarterback and learn for one more season, and then you can give him the keys to the kingdom. Deuce Knight is a great future quarterback, and this staff, after they've put it together, I know for a fact they're going to develop players. That's just what they've done in the past. I don't see why they'd come in and not do it, but he is going to get better under this staff, so it's a no-brainer to me for him to do what I'm saying. Just sit behind a quarterback, eat humble pie, get paid a lot of money to do so, play if you have to, if the starter gets hurt, and kind of go from there. And then next year, you're the guy. All you got to do is progress and do what the coaching staff wants you to do, and you're going to get the keys. So that is the perfect scenario for Deuce. And now going back to Cam, we all know he's wide receiver one wherever he goes. He's wide receiver one. Golish likes speedy receivers that can get open, that normally aren't the big-bodied, long arm length, wingspan receivers. He likes the speedy ones. Now, he doesn't care if they're tall or whatever. He just likes the speedy ones, the one that can get open, kind of stretch the field. Cam can do all the above. Cam can stretch the field. He turns 50-50 balls into 70-30 balls, and he's just extremely talented. So he fits this to a T. And if you have someone like Cam Coleman and you bring in some other little pieces that fill in the gaps, it's a really wild offense because Golish uses a lot of tight end sets, mixes those up a lot to throw the defense off. He literally will call the same play, and the tight ends will be in all kinds of different positions and spots. So you have that into play. I mean, Cam is worried about Cam getting open and getting the ball and putting his talents on display. In this offense, you will get that opportunity. If you go somewhere else, you don't know. You could go anywhere. They can promise you the world. Um, he's going to be wide receiver one, but you have to fit in a scheme. Like there are certain teams that he's not going to fit in, even though everybody will say Cam's talent. Wow, word salad there. He can fit anywhere, which I guess is kind of true. But there is a true offense that he is good for, he is the best for, and that is a wide open offense that does stuff like what Golish is trying to do. So I think if you have what you need in house, why go anywhere? I don't. That doesn't make any sense to me. And don't mean to jump back to Deuce real quick because I'm kind of jumping all over the place here. Sorry, but I just thought of something. Why would Deuce go anywhere that would be a lateral move? He's going to sit behind somebody. The only way Deuce is not going to sit behind somebody is if he goes down to like a G5. And Deuce doesn't need to do that. And with his talent, he doesn't need to do that. He just needs to sit behind a starter and get some more development and then be the starter. So with the reason I guess I'm going back and forth with these two is because these two are both in the same predicament. They're just two different positions. So we need them here at Auburn. I think that we're probably going to get one, if not both. And we need to make sure that none of our other starters leave. I mean, we just lost Jay Crawford. That's no bueno. You don't need that. So the current state of Auburn right now, I would say it's up in limbo as far as we don't know what this final mass exodus looks like. Now, if you take that mass exodus and you add Cam Coleman to it, it's not over, but it's really bad. I mean, it's just a bad look for Golish. He's coming in. He's doing such a jam-up job with the staff. The staff is elite. I went over that in my first video. I mean, my first live video. He is just knocking it out of the park with the staff. And to lose your huge superstar would be just detrimental to the look. I'm not saying to his first year, just to the look of him being being the prospect and the positivity going into his first season, losing Auburn's big star wide receiver. That's why I'm here to tell you, I truly believe they're just going to throw it at him. They probably already have. They probably already told him, look, money's not going to be an issue. Just stay. We got you. We're going to take care of you. And like, to be honest with you, like we've already taken care of Cam to this point. Why would he take a chance of someone just lying to him when he knows that we're just going to take care of him? So I think he's going to stay. I'm starting to think Deuce is going to stay. I thought different a week ago. I thought Deuce a week ago might not stay. So to finish this all up, I was feeling pretty positive about who was leaving up to the Jay Crawford deal. When Jay Crawford left, that took it to a new level of this is going the wrong direction. And I mean the off season, not the new season. But after looking at it, we just need to keep at least Cam Coleman and keep everything else intact. Keep Jeremiah Cobb, keep some of these superstars on the offensive line that are coming up to develop. These defensive guys that basically got a little playing time last year, they're going to be starters this year, like Winters and Fagan. I mean, I think they need to stay. So it's kind of up in the air. I would say where we were looking at like I would grade the off season as an A about a week ago. I'm at like a B minus right now, and I just want that Cam news. I'm like everybody else. I normally am pretty patient, but we've got to get that Cam news. So if Cam watches this for some stupid reason because of the hashtags or whatever, like Cam, like we need an announcement, my guy. Like we want to know if you're staying or going. Like pull the Band-Aid off. Help us out here, my guy. Same thing to Deuce Knight. Like please, like I know you're doing your thing and there's a lot going on behind closed doors, but man, I'm just pleading because it's like, man, it is tough out here for an Auburn fan right now, wanting to know this news. But all in all, we have to trust this staff. I've said that from the beginning. No matter what happens, even if Cam and Deuce go, you have to trust this coaching staff. He has done a jam up job hiring these guys. Said that before, and sky's the limit with this staff, with this team. And this is just his first season, and he's put together a staff with 51 years SEC experience, all kinds of title games experience, and like the recruiting is off the charts with these guys. So we just have to trust them. It's just going to hurt getting to the first game because you're going to lose so many pieces and it's going to look so different. But I'm telling you, as we all know, winning cures all. So we do make the right moves. Trust this coach. He makes the right moves, and we're going to be well on our way. So before I get out of here, I said it in the beginning, do me a huge favor, trying to get my subscribers at least past the 50 mark so I can go live on my phone. Told y'all before, I'm an over-the-road truck driver, and I love to do these videos for y'all, but it's hard to go live on a computer when you're on the road. It's just easier to do it on a phone. So if I can get to 50 followers, I'm begging you. It'd be great. Thank you very much if you get there. And to the ones that have already subscribed, God bless you. I'm probably doing a horrible job with these first couple of videos. It might be this way for a couple of months, but just stick in there with me. I'm seeing things, learning things. It's only going to get better from here. So thank you for your subscriptions. And if you subscribe, hit the little bell so you know when I upload a video. So, as I always say, until next time, more damn Eagle.